But this AI stuff is getting pretty crazy. Like
You've got a film right now that you're trying to make using.
the Freakies. So I made this movie. This is this thing. So I made this movie with the puppets, and it's on YouTube. You can watch it for free right now. It's actually like there's an extended version coming soon. But then I met VO3, and I tested it out and had some like it's not as amazing as you see on the ads and stuff like that. It takes a little work, but when you have the model that you've created, so you've hired the makeup artist, they've created this, you can make this move with a prompt, and it's absolutely amazing. So I've tried it with a bit of the Freakies. So now I'm doing an AI enhanced version of the Freakies, and that's going to be coming out as well. So you can watch a version of it like the old school way or the way that life is going to go. There's no way out of this. Embrace it, use it. Like, I don't believe in creating the whole movie AI and just sending it out there. Like, that doesn't interest me. But when I have the animation skills that I'm not going to go and pay an animator because I can't afford that anyway, but it can just improve lower budget movies. So it's only going to make lower budget movies better. I'm telling you, once I show you the video of the difference, it's the same puppet, but it's alive. It's nuts. It's nuts.
And that's an interesting thing because, like, so you said, you obviously you don't want AI to be like creating the whole film from scratch and all that stuff because that kind of takes away the human and your creative drive for it. Like, you basically you seem to work on passion, which is obviously that's working on making the project in passion, but you're using the AI to remove the barriers and the limitations to expressing what you're trying to get out of that passion. Like, you have a story idea and you're just trying to make it better, but you can't afford $100,000 to do the CGI or take 5 years to go and learn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't take away from that.
Yeah, I would say creative writing is what I wished I listened to in school, because that's what it's going into, is being creative in your writing to prompt these things. But like, say if you wanted a car crash in a scene, for me to do that, it's quite dangerous and all this, but you can just prompt a car crash, put the picture of the cars, and make that happen in seconds, and it looks legit. And you only need that in a second, because then you'll cut into the car with a projector, and then you'll do the crash. So it's very like it's very helpful for guys like me. Like, I can see it instantly, and it's like, wow, this is like growing my mind. I'm still making the movie. Like, I could even like Freakies is going to have two versions, which I think is pretty cool. Like, you can watch it the way that 80s would do it, or you can watch it now. And it's the same puppet, but it just moves and blinks, because I wanted it to blink. That's the main thing. And for me, I was like getting lots of numbers coming back and how much it's going to cost me just to make the thing blink. So I'm just like, oh, I'll just do it as it is. And then the AI thing came up, and I'm just testing it, and it's absolutely amazing.
So, like, let's just say you took Freakies and you made Freakies like the '80s version, if you will. Roughly, how much do you think you spent on that one?
The money went into the doll. That was it. I would say the movie, because I built all the sets in studio. I had a studio in Richmond there, like, but the tunnel, just I wanted to be home for my kids, and it's not working. So I have a little studio here, which is enough for me to work right now. But I built the sets by myself: kitchen, bedroom, living room. It was all set built, and that was really fun. But I used like free stuff that I got off the side of the road to build the sets and stuff like that. So I spent a little bit on the building it. Like, I would say maybe $3,000 on the movie for Freakies. Yeah, and that movie is I love it personally, because I it was more of a passion of mine, because I love the 80s, like this stuff. Like, I just love it. And having my own kind of creature in amongst it is kind of cool that we've done this. But the AI just helps it out. Just makes it that much better.
This is really fascinating because you're taking this sort of filmmaking and the one barrier in filmmaking is that no matter how if you want to make a quote unquote movie for whatever your resources are available, oftentimes that movie ends up being you're still competing. You're not competing with Hollywood, but you're more your movie, it's still going to be 2 hours of someone's time or an hour and a half of someone's time to watch it. So you're competing from a time perspective with another movie, whether that's Mission Impossible or a higher budget horror film and so on. So the time is still there. The cost is basically the same for the consumer, because whether they're going to watch it on a streaming network or they're going to watch it on YouTube or something, they're paying the same amount. So you really have to get attention on your film, but that barrier is often what prevents most filmmakers from even getting started, because they go, well, I need to raise at least $250,000 before I can even get off the ground.
I've obviously had investors and stuff, but I wish I never did, because those movies and stuff don't make the money that you expect. The most I would put into a movie is probably 25,000, just because for that to get that back is quite difficult on low budget movies, depending on what you're doing. Like, I know my audience a bit more now because I have the YouTube, almost 140,000 now, which is amazing. I have an audience, but the audience is Bigfoot, mermaids, World War II audience. Because if I put Freakies on there, it doesn't do near enough as what these movies do. And we have 8 million, 7 million, 12 million views on these movies. It's a lot of 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, but nothing like those movies. So I made Bigfoot Country 2, and that released on YouTube, but it hasn't released on platforms yet. I early released them. It's kind of like a test. I put them on my channel to get, like, it basically pays for the movie, and then I can start fixing the things that I need to do. So that's basically what YouTube is, very helpful like that.
So wait, us back up on that. So wait, you're actually like you're putting out like a test screening on YouTube.
Basically, yeah. Like Freakies, the one I posted, there's actually an extended version, which is the same 80s vibe with no AI, no nothing like that, but it's just more finished at the end. Because I wanted to get that out for Halloween. It was a Halloween special for my channel. So that's why that. But I actually have an epic version that's going up. But now I have a more epic version with the AI. So I've got these three. So I'm going to be doing a cool video about the VO3 and using it in a smart way instead of a controlling way. You don't want it to control your whole project. But if you're using it to move something better than you can ever do with what you have, like, I don't see why that's a bad thing.
And then where do you see, like, with the AI, like, so where does the human element come into play there for you? Like you said, you seem to sort of have an idea of where the line is between being, human being creating an artistic piece of work versus just having the robots create it for you. Where do you see your line being?
I don't want to like create humans and stuff. Like, I want to get the actors to be the actors. But if it's a creature, say, like I have a Bigfoot suit that's standing right here for my new Bigfoot movie. There's a scene in the movie that I want to do where the Bigfoot's standing over a soldier and he grabs it and throws the Bigfoot into the woods far, like a far throw, gets rid of the guy kind of thing. And that can all be done by me having the Bigfoot standing over a soldier and just prompting it to throw the guy. And it will look like exactly like I have my actors dressed up. It's just doing a scene that would cost a bit, you know? And now I can just create it.
Yeah, and the funny part is, like, I don't know if you remember all those like those YouTube videos from maybe like the last 10, 15 years, where they had like these people who were like showing you how to do ultra low budget visual effects, like using After Effects and doing some, like, you don't need the Hollywood budget to do this. You just need like After Effects and a little bit of skill level to like figure out how to motion graphic it into place, like making a person get squished by a car or look like they were hit by a car, and using Photoshop to kind of recreate that motion.
It's the same thing as that, but just way better.
But that's always been seen as like, oh, this is really scrappy and interesting and so on. But now, the AI is taking it to that next level, and you can actually still be using those tools and augmenting those tools to make it even better, to have more control over how the end result looks.
Yeah, like I've hired VFX guys and stuff for movies. Like Beyond the Line had a cool VFX scene right at the beginning. If I had the budget to get someone to do all that, it's really cool to have people do that stuff. But if I don't have the budget and I need a cool scene, like if I can just type it up and it comes up, that's a dangerous thing for the VFX, really. You know what I mean? I would say get the VFX guys get into prompting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Almost like learn, that's the place you want to do it, so that you can then create this shot, and then figure out how to learn how to give it the instructions to fine tune.
Because now we can make the action scenes happen before we actually do all the acting stuff. So now we know exactly what it's going into. So it's kind of like it's crazy.